It's your boy One Sneaker Nation. One half of the drop. We in the building tonight.
Yeah. Sneak ambassadors, back from my hiatus.
Yeah, no doubt.
Hi haters. No, we stop.
We got the big homie in the building. A true OG in the game, man. Mr. Leo Cherry, aka In Need of Heat, on social media on IG, INNEEDOFHEAT. In Need of Heat. All right, just want to spell that out. So
yeah. Just in case. We don't need y'all putting one N trying to find him.
Yo, don't do it to yourself.
Well, they ain't missing nothing. I haven't really been posting like I should, so I'm about to get back into it.
Word. Can we see your bag a little? Can we see what your bag working with?
Yeah.
Well, that's a little. What is that? Talk to me about that.
Well, my favorite shoe of all time is the Air Jordan 3, Retro 3s. So anything 3 related, I usually try to grab just for nostalgia's sake. This bag I thought was pretty dope.
It's hard.
It has a Nike on it, the beloved Nike everybody loves. I don't really too much care about. I just love cement, of course. I like the fact that it kind of got the tab on the back. It's a clean bag. I also got the black one. I used the black one for one of my part times, but
I got a question for you though. That hang tag, is that something you added? Is that a little?
Nah. It actually came with it.
It came with it. Okay, I just want to make sure.
I just kind of grabbed the bag tonight. This is my first time actually using it. So.
Oh, okay, that's quite a bag to just kind of grab. Okay,
so well, y'all know I got a thing for bags.
Oh, we know.
We know.
Okay. So I figured I'd bring something out new tonight. You know what I mean?
All right.
All right. So this is episode 4.
Episode 4,
we
man.
moving, we doing some things. We keeping it coming, right?
Catching some heat, bro.
Congratulations.
Thank you. The significance of this episode is these two guys right here. We wrote that first book that we all love. Right?
Top 50 sneakers of all time.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you that was that was an interesting time, right?
Yeah.
That was an interesting time. I'll say this, which starts us with our first topic today, which is going to be story time. And do you remember when we were writing that book? Like, you remember how it was?
Yeah.
Do you remember your boy right here in the middle making that declaration at the Air Jordan 6?
It still rings true. Tell me I'm lying.
It always seems to come back.
Hey,
y'all some big dudes, and y'all can take some punishment, but y'all ain't gonna win out on this.
Hey, bro, was it me?
It always comes back to the 6, man.
Bro,
I was gonna bring it in tonight too.
Bro, was it me or did he do this with his hand? We put that in. I said,
every time, like
I don't care what y'all
always went back to the 6. It always went back to the 6.
But I got an even better story time.
Okay.
So you remember what the Galaxy phones kind of did to the to the sneaker community?
Okay, I know exactly where this is going. We can take it there. Let's take it there.
Remember the Galaxy phones did to the community, to the sneaker community?
Right.
You remember just cats just losing their damn mind, right?
Right, no doubt.
It was ridiculous.
So,
but
I say that to say this. So, as a result of the success of the Galaxy phones, then that birthed a lot of other unnecessary phones. Like the
Asteroid.
The Weatherman. Y'all remember the Weatherman? What was the one that looked like pepperoni pizza? What was that one?
That was the heat signature joint.
That was a heat signature. It looked like some pepperoni on your feet.
What was the other? The Asteroid.
The Asteroid. So which brings me to the Asteroid.
That's the worst.
We had to call a timeout on that.
That was the worst.
The Asteroid.
So
woo!
We was probably about 5 miles down the street off Peach Street, sitting on the block.
It was Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Right? It was a parade or something.
Yeah. Parade.
And me having that eagle eye that I have, I seen a dude and his sweater. I was like, oh snap, that's an interesting sweater. And his sweater kind of looked like that asteroid sweater. It looked like it would match perfectly.
Kinda.
It was.
So I seen it. I said, oh snap. Boy, he got the whole asteroid outfit on.
No, back it up. You bet Leo and I that he wouldn't have the phones on. No, that he would have the phones on the match. And I think we were like, please don't have the phones on.
We were just praying.
We was praying he didn't
I
have
was
the phones on.
hoping for the best. That's all I was really doing. I was an innocent bystander.
I think I clutched my chest.
I was an innocent bystander
that
that day. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just hoping for the best.
What was he thinking?
So Martin Luther King parade, and so it had to be like what, February. So I'm not gonna kill him.
It was January.
It wasn't summertime. But you remember what kind of pants he had on? With that, he had like some black leather pants with him.
They were.
They were like some black leather workout pants.
Pleather.
Oh, bro.
Yes.
Pleather pants.
And I said he better not have them.
Yeah, come on, man.
I was like, you know what? He matching, he killing them today. Everybody outside, he gonna make sure everybody see him. And what kind of shoes did he have on his feet, guys?
Asteroid phones.
Asteroid phones, killing the block.
He killed it.
Killing,
He killed it.
killing the block.
Well, that would go down as
Killing the
forever
block.
in infamy.
Making my head hurt.
Killing the block.
What was he thinking about?
Just
Like
thinking,
that.
just thinking about it. I have a mental picture.
I wish we would have took a picture because that goes down to like the top fits of all time.
Yo, that was
God.
the outfit grid of
When,
the century.
when keeping it real goes right.
But the swag that he had with it,
the
though.
swag, he had the bop. He had the
Oh,
bop.
boy, he just knew. There's
can't
nothing
walk-
in the world you could have told
You
him.
can't walk regular with a fit like
There's
that.
nothing in the world you could have told him.
He brought out drip on MLK Parade Day. That man brought out drip, and we
my
have
God.
unmatched drip.
I'm mad we ain't taking a picture. Ain't none of us taking a picture. None
Oh
of
no,
us
it's
took-
it's
We were
embedded
just
in our
stunned.
memory.
No, we were stunned. I was
We'll forever remember.
because when you
that.
was like, "Yo, does he?" I was like, "Please don't."
Please don't. That's what my man styling on him.
Oh,
Dude.
he killed him.
His name is probably Mike Lowry.
Oh, come on.
Oh man, yo.
So that was a great.
I'm glad they didn't have the scooters back then.
Oh,
Never mind.
yeah, we're gonna let that go. We're gonna let that go. But
Flash.
with that being said, I'm gonna let Leo do a little introduction about a little about your sneaker history, brother. What we need to know about you, man.
Well, Leo Cherry. I was born and raised in Atlanta, East Side, Decatur. I guess the first thing I could say is, everybody familiar with Atlanta is old school or old Atlanta, as they say. My mom went and took me to Kessler's when I was 12 and bought me the Patrick Ewing, Adidas. I forget the actual name.
Yeah.
But everybody just knew him as the Patrick Ewing.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
the high top joints.
Right.
Yeah, you was
With the
killing.
knit colorway.
Yeah.
And,
killing 'em.
and that was like the first shoe that I got, and it was $60. And my mom was vowed that this would be the last time.
Yeah.
And I was 12, but I was wearing a size 13 shoe.
Was the flat top flourishing?
12 and a 13.
Yeah.
The flat top was flourishing.
All that.
You had the Gumby or what you had?
Nah,
This shit
nah.
was straight.
Nah, I always had a little fade before I got, about at the ripe old age of 13.
Word.
I got
Okay,
gray
I just
hair,
want-
and so I've been bald ever since.
Okay.
But
I want to make sure.
so ever since then, man, I fell in love with it. I started cutting grass, doing odd jobs, just doing anything in my power just to get as many kicks as possible. That along with AAU,
Okay.
and just playing ball and being a hooper. That's all I did. It was either sneakers or basketball. Sneakers or basketball. In between, I had a girlfriend, but I felt bad for her because it was sneakers and basketball. You know what I'm saying? So
Gotcha.
that's really been it. And I've had several. Pretty much every job I had up until I became an adult was sneaker related.
Gotcha.
I love the history of sneakers. I love the uniqueness of sneakers. I love everything about sneakers as far as the technology. And most importantly, man, sneakers for me was something that kind of kept me out of trouble. And to find other people, because I thought I was the only one.
Yeah.
Like in high school, it was like me and one other guy. He really wasn't he was just into being fresh.
Yeah.
But I was into the sneakers. I didn't care. Like I hated Jordan, believe it or not. As many Jordans I have, Jordan bags, Jordan 3 is my favorite shoe. I hated Jordan because I'm from Atlanta, so I was a Dominique fan. You know what I'm saying?
So
I
you
love
was-
Dominique.
You was pumping it up and
Oh
airing it
man,
out?
but man, I used to do the pump. I did all that. You know what I mean? But
So you got the highlight reel ones?
but I had them. I can't say I still have
You
them.
got the Air Jordan 1 Hawks?
I had those.
John's favorite shoe, by the way.
Yeah. I've had those. I've had in my life. I've had over probably 1,500 pairs of shoes.
Wow. That's a lot of
I
shoes.
believe that.
And the thing is, I've given away almost all of them. just recently, I know me and John and Jahan, for that matter, we talked about just giving back to the community and giving back, period. And so most of the kicks I've acquired over the years, after I got married, storage, stuff like that, I just started getting rid of stuff. I can't wear it all anymore. And my main thing is, one thing about sneakers, they're sneakers. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna deteriorate eventually.
Right. Yeah.
So they're made to be worn. And I'd rather see somebody who's gonna appreciate them and really cherish them the way I do.
Yeah.
And I'd rather see them get some wear out of it than them just sit and be trophies for. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not into it for the trophies. My thing is, I love a hot pair of sneakers, and as I get older, I want a hot pair of sneakers that's comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And so, like right now, I'm like heavy into the Vapor Max. Like that's my thing right now.
Yeah.
So I mean, I have over 20 pairs of Vapor Max.
Wow.
Yeah,
Amazing.
It's
Wow. What's your favorite pair so far?
today.
Okay.
These.
Okay.
The utility.
I like that.
I love the utility run. I love the runners in general.
Yeah.
I have some of the other stuff, some of the cross trainers and some of the boot type situations, but I love the runners, and so the original construction of the first Vapor Max and the second one is pretty much fly knit.
Gotcha.
And so with these, I love these because during the wintertime, we're right now, of course, this winter, you really can't wear a lot of the fly knit because it's too cold.
Yeah.
And so when they came out with these, I was impressed because they have wool on them. I mean, it's like a synthetic type of
Now, that's
situation.
the low utility?
It's the low utility.
Yeah, that's
Gotcha.
Now I probably, a lot of people start calling me utility king because I have over 10 pairs of the actual utility, the runner utility.
Yeah.
And so this is the winter low cut. I can't remember all the exact names like I used to, but the original utility has a higher, it's a little higher on the ankle. It actually fits really snug, and I mean, all the Vapor Max are super comfortable. Like I agree. I haven't had a bad pair yet.
What's the one that I posted that you weren't too crazy about, John? The one that had like almost like a little cup in the back.
That's the Vapor Max 2.
Okay.
I prefer the one a little bit better.
I love
Okay.
that one. Yeah.
Okay,
The
gotcha.
one is classic.
So the two is what? I just don't like the little cup that sits in the back of it.
Yeah, it just looks like an offshoot, I guess.
Gotcha.
And it's so funny because I was thinking about y'all the other day, and my affinity for Vapor Max, and I constantly redo our book in my head.
Yeah.
I'm always kind of shifting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so,
Yo, that was a hard process.
oh man, it's so tough, and it's a never-ending process, really, for me. As somebody who loves sneakers and I eat, sleep, breathe it. Even when I'm like right now, I've been on a hiatus from social media, and a lot of people have been kind of hitting me up, asking me what's going on.
Yeah.
I just been grinding, and the thing is, even with that grind, I still find time
To think
go
about it.
look up sneakers,
Sneakers,
find out what's going on.
What's going on?
If I don't do nothing else, I always go check y'all out. I check out, the sneaker godfather, D Wells. Shout out D Wells.
D Wells, what's up, man?
I check out all my OSD brothers. I check out my a lot of my sneaker brothers, Chadio, all my people from the H-Town Sneaker Summit. Shout out to Kadoma. Bun B is a big sneakerhead. I follow him. And of course, I can't forget the God, Clark Kent. You know what I'm saying? I'm always watching. So I'm always going to check out with
that kind of
my
gives you an idea
peers
of what's going
just to see what's going on and what they're into. Because the thing is, nowadays, I'm older. I'm an older cat. I'm an OG, so to speak. I don't really feel like an OG, but I'm considered quote unquote an OG. But I know the things that's going on in the sneaker culture now is not really so much geared towards me, but I love being a spectator, just looking at what's going on. I love the custom things, and I credit y'all with that.
Yeah.
I really wasn't into the customs when I hooked up with y'all and we kind of got tight. And y'all kind of opened my eyes to the customs. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because y'all always telling me, man, we appreciate you, all the knowledge and everything you give us and everything we learn from you. But y'all taught me just as much, you know what I'm saying, about different aspects. Like, I didn't, I credit you with showing me the power of social media. Like, I never really understood. Being an older cat, I just didn't understand how impressionable people were up to social media. I learned that from you.
Yeah.
I learned, you know what I'm saying, like I said, the custom from you and him, but, mainly Jahan, that's Jahan's thing.
Yeah.
He's always been just
Always
because
been
as
to
long
the
as I've known him.
I just always wanted to, like, what was a big impression on me is, let's say an Air Jordan 3 dropped. And you knew it dropped that weekend because everybody had it on. And in my mind, I'm like, how do I look different from everybody else? You know what I mean? So like Customs, I think, took it to another level, which gave you the ability to kind of like stand out. Like everybody has a different personality.
But what's crazy is, see, somebody like myself, who I've been doing this for over 30 years.
Yeah.
So for me, I never thought about Customs like that. I always thought exactly what you thought.
Yeah.
Man, everybody coming out with these shoes right now. And what I tell you,
Yeah,
I do, I never wear my stuff when I get it. I put it up for at least 6 months.
Yeah.
At least 6 months.
Yeah.
That was my thing. That was what I did. And like, as I got cool with a lot of other cats that was into sneakers, because I really didn't find peers in the sneaker game until I was in college.
Yeah.
And so it was funny because these are just things that I came up with on my own.
Yeah.
And so I found out other people were doing it too. Like, oh yeah, man, I put them up for at least a year. I'm like, oh, for real, you do that too?
Yeah.
Oh shit, like I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, that's what we did to combat, having the same stuff on.
Before
as
Customs
everybody else.
for me, what made it stand out? What made me stand out from somebody else? It started for me with laces.
Oh, exactly.
Lacing it up something
You know I'm
different.
big.
You know
I'm
what I
big
mean?
on- I
Throwing
relace
some-
all my kids.
Go
Yeah.
buy laces and throw some different laces up in my joint. Like I remember having those Cav 4s, and I went and grabbed
Forgot
like
about those.
I really feel like they're Nick 4s.
Yeah,
but,
I know.
But I went and grabbed them bright orange laces and threw them in there.
You had
couldn't
to,
tell
though.
me.
You
couldn't
had
tell
to,
me.
though. You
And I
had
think
to.
it was called what, safety orange or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
That's what it was
yeah,
called.
yeah.
So like that's always been important to me. But something I want to bring up to you, moving into our next topic, was born and bred in Atlanta. Can you tell me what Walters like meant to you, or what Walters meant to the community, what Walters means? Period.
Well, it's funny because I've been going to Walters since I was a little boy. Like I had to be like 3 and 4 when I first started going. And my pops used to go down there because he used to work downtown, and he used to bring me downtown to hang out from time to time, and he would take me into Walters, and so this was really the only place he could go to get shoes.
Yeah.
Being my family, we were a big family. Like my dad was 6'3", 320. You know what I'm saying? Like I was, I'm right now. I'm 6'4", over 300. So, you know what I'm saying? We've always had big feet, and so my dad wore at the time back in the day when I was a kid, he wore like 16, 17.
Yeah.
And so, and the thing is, it's
Not
something-
16, it's not 17.
yeah, 16 and 17, and wasn't a lot of places for him to
No
go.
doubt.
It still ain't. It still
Still
ain't.
It's still not,
It's
right,
still
right.
not.
But think about this now, especially in the 80s.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is
Right.
in the 80s. You know
Do you
what
have any idea why he targeted? Because I imagine because when I talk to other stores, I wear 13. When I talk to other stores, they tell me it's like, oh, we got maybe like 1 or 2 13s and they're gone.
Right.
And
That's
then
it.
sometimes I have people tell me like, yeah, we don't get a lot of big sizes because ain't that many people with big feet. And I'm like,
That's not
killing me. Like
it's a
all
very,
the cats I know got big feet.
It's
Like,
a very big stigma.
My whole
It's-
crew.
so it's
I was
like,
about to say everybody I know.
so that's what I'm saying. I'm like, why did they target? Do you have any idea why they might have targeted
I know,
bigger size shoes?
and talking to a lot of, because I used to be, I have history in the sneaker industry,
Yeah.
and athletic shoe industry. So I used to be a buyer. So being a buyer, I got real cool with a lot of people in the sanctum of Walters, and similar to where I worked at was Freeman's. They saw a niche. You know what I'm saying? The
Absolutely.
thing is, they kind of follow Freeman's. And that where they kind of took the athletic stance where Freeman's was known for, and I don't know if people know,
Yeah,
Freeman's
man,
Shoes is an institution as well.
Yes,
and
it
it's,
is.
it's a store where Shaq goes and pretty much all the athletes anytime they come to Atlanta. So I used to be the buyer there for the athletic room, so to speak, and then it was also big and tall clothes. So from that. All the athletes, NBA, NFL, Major League, anybody with big feet, this is a hub in the country for big footers, so to speak.
They flocked here.
They flocked here for the dress shoes. And so Walters kind of saw that as a niche. And I think
So much
from
history,
there,
bro.
I think from there they kind of ran with it. And then also, you gotta remember, in the early well, really the 90s period, 90s and 2000s, we started becoming a city where a lot of people started to flock to.
Gotcha.
And so a lot of the entertainers came, but also a lot of the athletes came.
True.
And so when they're here, and everybody knows a lot of athletes have homes here in the off season, things of that nature. Where do they go to shop? You know what I'm saying? So Walters picked up on that. They know that, people like, so they started asking Nike, you know what I'm saying, talking to Nike and getting these bigger sizes.
Gotcha.
And so this is how, I came, and be honest with you, I feel like I'm lucky because, I was born here. So, it wasn't as hard for me to find stuff. But I know working at Freeman's and then knowing people at Walters and talking to them, there are people that come here from all over the world
to get the big
to
size.
get big sizes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And so that's
Renowned for that.
right. That's how rare it is. You
Because
know what I'm saying? So
I thought I walked into heaven when I seen
Oh, man,
big
yeah.
sizes. I'm
yeah,
like,
and see they
you know what I'm saying? I'm
they
grown
have so
already,
many.
you know
They
what I
have
mean?
sections
Like,
for us.
yeah.
That's what I love too.
yeah, like I felt like
Walters
I
was
in
the first
heaven.
place where I felt at home
Wow.
when I went to go look at, especially as I got older and I started really getting into the kicks and really collecting and doing all that type of stuff. When I went to Walters, it was like Christmas every day. Like every time I went to Walters, it got to a point where I started getting cool. And some of these guys, shout out to Sean, was one of they people. They my peoples. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
These are people I consider friends all through sneakers, all through Walters.
Okay.
And it was crazy how it happened. But as I got older, especially in my teenage years, oh man, I used to hang out. I tried to hang out there as much as possible. Even if I didn't have no money in my pocket, I would still go down
I'm
just to
guilty
look and just
I'm
to
guilty
see.
of going in there and just looking
Oh,
around.
man. And to go in there and see people don't understand this because most people don't have big feet like we do.
Yeah.
But to go in there and then they have a section where you see nothing but 14s.
Right.
Nothing but 15s.
That,
Right.
You don't know how to act.
That is something that
You don't know how to
I
act.
only get to feel every now and then, and that's only when I go there.
Yeah.
Just when I can go in there and they got collaborative New Balance.
Oh man.
And I'm like, yo, I need 13 in that, Sean. And he pulls it out for me.
Yeah, you sit there like,
And I'm like,
And
well,
I
I
can't
still
even
deserve this.
And the thing is, I can't even wear. And that's the other thing about Walters that's kind of magical is when you walk in. If this is the first store, when you walk in, there's shoes everywhere.
everywhere.
It's not, oh, we gotta walk back here to this side and let's go to the sneaker wall and there's shoes everywhere. As soon as you walk
It can be
in,
overwhelming.
it's like heaven to me.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Like I get so excited. You see, I get excited just talking about
Right.
it.
So what do you think that moment? What do you think that moment was like for the city when they had the satins that
That was dope.
they dropped in like I think
Crazy.
middle of the night or maybe the next morning? Like,
Like
I think
midnight.
I called you.
Yeah.
Because you in New York, right?
Yeah, I was in New York. I called you like, yo, Chuck,
Yeah.
they coming up, satins, get down there now.
You know what? The thing is, Walters is used to it. They
Gotcha.
You gotta remember back in the day. I don't know if y'all remember the Jordan 23 that release, the titanium.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
Oh, that was
Oh my
that was a
goodness.
problem, huh?
Oh my God! Do you know how many? It was only I forget how many stores. There was only a certain amount of stores in the country that had. I want to say it was 23 stores. I can't remember. I think it was just 23 stores. I can't remember exactly, but don't quote me on that. But I remember it was just a select few stores that
Yeah.
actually got the first 23, the titanium.
Yeah.
The most at the time, it was just like such an iconic moment in sneaker history. It was just like, okay, everybody wanted this shoe, and there's only certain places that had it. And to be from Atlanta, you were so proud to know that your store had that. You know what I'm saying? Walters was the store that like everybody flocked to. We had people from all over the world that flocked here to try to get that shoe. It was pandemonium out there. So they used to stuff like that.
Let me ask you a question. That Bo Jackson that had the '96 Olympics
Atlanta.
That was dope.
theme, was
Yeah.
that just sold here or was that everywhere?
That was
Or initially
it was
sold here.
It was initially sold here, but I think it was also a
No, I
sneakers.
think it was just here.
No, it was a sneakers release too. I know it was released on the sneakers app.
But after.
But I think actual storefronts. I think it was
Yeah.
only here.
Okay, because I feel like that was quite a moment also.
Because it was that wasn't the first time that happened either. We also had the TNT Hyperdunk.
Okay.
Back in the day, where I hate that I got rid of that shoe. By the way, it's one of the worst
every
things
shoe-
I've ever done. But
you know
that
what?
shoe
I'm gonna say this
was one of the
as
worst
a
shoes
person
ever.
that's
That shoe
that's
was
a
so
sneaker collector. Any shoe that you've ever really gotten rid of, you feel some kind of way about it.
Well, the thing-
like it may be
I-
necessary in that moment.
I try to pride myself on not so much being a collector, but
Yeah.
being somebody who just appreciates the culture and the community.
Yeah.
Whether or not shout out.
That was a size 15, right?
The ones I had? Yeah. Shout out to Quad who got them.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I don't even want to tell you. I'm so ashamed of what I got back from it.
Yeah, let's let it go.
That I don't even want to talk about
Yeah,
it.
let's let it go.
But that shoe, that was a dope release because that was really one of the first ones. That one and the Dirty.
Okay. Yeah.
The Air Force 2 Dirty. That was in a old school Hawks colorway and actually had the Dirty on the side.
Really?
You want to explain that TNT sneaker?
Man, okay. Well, the TNT sneaker was a dope shoe because the iconic Hyperdunk, the one made famous by Kobe, basically they came out with a colorway specifically for the TNT basketball show. You know, after the games, you know, with the iconic threesome. Yeah, I'm about to say that's terrible. The iconic threesome of Barkley. Shout out to Barkley. That's my old school brother. Shaq and Kenny, and actually they had Ernie on it
too.
And so at the time, you know, that was before Shaq, so Shaq didn't make that one.
Yeah.
They had Barkley, Kenny, and Ernie on the tongue.
Right.
It was so dope, man. It was just a dope concept, and it was crazy because, like I said, that was one of those crazy releases as well. That it only came out here. That shoe only came out here.
Gotcha.
Wow.
That was. I don't even think that was an online release.
Gotcha.
So it was really before the online thing got really kind of rapid. You know?
Okay. Gotcha. So with that being said, topic I would like to move on to is
Our good buddy.
our good buddy Kawhi, right?
Our good buddy Kawhi.
Kawhi.
Yeah, stay
Kawhi.
tuned.
Hold on.
We finna chop you up. We finna chop it up.
You better
Man,
try
laugh.
that.
That laugh was
I
so
can't
crazy.
even see where are you.
That laugh was so crazy. Yo.
Let me ask you
I was like,
So let me ask you a question. Does Kawhi make you wanna I know you guys mess with New Balance already, but does Kawhi make you wanna buy New Balance even
Can I
more?
curse? Can I curse on the show? Hell no, bro.
No,
No,
Kawhi
man.
don't make you wanna go get braids and,
Man, come on, man. Stop.
and wear New Balances?
No.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to shoot layups
Listen, bro.
like Kawhi?
Listen.
Why y'all laughing out there?
Yo, I'm
right
not.
there.
You can't be serious. Yo.
listen,
Kawhi don't
man.
make you.
What was he thinking about?
What you mean? What you mean? Y'all don't want to wear. Y'all don't.
You want to wear?
I'm good.
Hold on. Do you want to wear?
I don't have New Balance in my closet. You know what I'm saying?
But
So
do
what
you
does that
want
mean?
Kawhi?
Do you want?
Do I want Kawhi's?
Does Kawhi make you want to go buy New Balance for the first time?
Kawhi.
Kawhi,
Why would I want to buy it?
Kawhi, do I want to buy it? I mean, why you gotta think about it?
Man, listen, man. You know the thing is with Kawhi, he's just one of those guys that
Yeah.
he's great. He's one of the best two-way players I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And y'all know I'm a basketball nerd.
Yeah.
I'll watch a game with the two last place teams in the league. I don't care. I just love the game of basketball. It's actually my second love to sneakers.
Yeah.
And so the thing is, to watch him on the basketball floor is something amazing.
Yeah.
He's nice.
But does he make me want to buy kicks?
Yeah.
No, because the personality is really what sells the kicks.
You're
The
absolutely
thing
right.
is, that's the reason why Kyrie is winning. As much as I still don't really care for Kyrie and what he did to LeBron, he's winning because of his personality.
Do you want to? But you know what? Clay is one of the more beloved personalities in the league. Do you want to buy Antuck because of Clay?
I would. I think
You
about
serious
it.
right now?
I'll think about it.
Like, what if I could shoot? If I could shoot like Clay
As a
for
bat-
30 seconds of my life, I'll win Antuck.
Listen,
For 30 seconds.
if they can
Like,
guarantee
that's
that I can shoot like
that's
that,
my jump shot. Somebody say, they be like, oh, slap, it's a third splash, brother.
Yo.
For 30 seconds of my life, I'll take it.
I'm about to say,
They
you
say
would
you
think
gotta-
about it. You would damn sure
What
think
if they
about
say
it.
you have to wear Antuck for life?
Nah, bro. It's not going down, bro.
Nah,
Life?
nah.
So, out of this deal, though, with New Balance, he's getting like $5 million a year.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know
Yeah,
the numbers.
yeah.
I didn't know the numbers.
$5
He
million.
getting $5 million.
Yeah.
So you think he cared? You
So he's got that funny laugh all the way to the bank.
Yeah, but
I don't even know where he's sitting at. Like.
He's right there.
Yeah, the glasses. There you go. All right.
you know what? And sneaker
All the
deals-
way
and
to the
sneaker
bank.
deals, that's really not. That's not.
Yeah.
breaking the bank.
I ain't gonna front when they show him
Still
walking
5
into the
million.
game.
I mean, 5 million is 5 million. Don't get me wrong.
they
It's
show him-
more than most cats in the league.
When they show him walking into the game, or when he be on the floor, if you know how like when you see a picture, you try to open it up with your finger to see. I mean, I did.
You bugging, yo.
Oh my God.
Bugging.
What caused that move?
What caused that move?
What caused
Honestly,
that move?
you wanna keep it? Can we keep it real?
Yeah.
Can we keep it all the way real?
All right, I'm not laughing.
Jordan said
What
holla.
Jordan brand
Jordan
dude?
said holla.
What Jordan brand dude do you want to wear his sneakers?
Right.
What? Name one.
Russ.
You want to wear Russ sneakers?
Yeah.
You want to dress like
I
him
got
too?
Russ. No, I don't want to. I got some Russ niggas.
We'll go into that. We'll go into that.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that. I just know most of his.
And CP3 to a certain extent.
Yo, CP3 sneakers, they throw them in as a. You remember the Brazil joints?
See, but you
Man,
know what?
Hey, yo.
You gotta
Hey, yo.
chill, bro.
Yeah,
You remember,
yeah,
you,
man,
remember,
yo.
you remember the Brazil joints?
Yo,
CP3
Dude, I remember
is a
dude that-
retro
dude,
guy. He's
dude,
a retro
dude,
guy when
dude
they
asked
just give him,
me-
they give him his own
dude,
line.
I remember dude asked me when
as
the
a
Brazils-
appreciated. That's all
Yo,
that is.
when
Yo.
the Brazils came out, they said, "Yo, how do I give this back? Can I buy the Sixers and leave them?"
Cats was like, I want to go half on this
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
I want to go half on this back.
Yeah.
You had somebody approach you like that, right? Yo,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you was like, "So which one you want?" He's like, "Yo, you get the CP."
I'm gonna keep that 6.
And you gotta add something because this is
Yeah, like
right.
don't like people be trying to. Come on, man.
Nah,
Yeah.
nah,
I've never seen the CP3 Brazils on anybody's feet in my
and
life.
you
I can
won't.
say that
Never.
with confidence.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
I
Confidence.
see kids with CP3s on.
Yeah, because their mother bought it for them. And that's because the CP3s have been out 8 years.
You getting this
and
50
nobody
they had
bought
to
it.
choose from themselves.
So it
Oh nah. Oh nah.
okay? Don't get me started.
So we're gonna see what's on Kawhi's feet that's eventually, right?
Keep chopping it up.
Stay tuned. We got stuff cooking up in here. Gonna chop y'all up. Look at
Man
all
was in
this
the dojo?
karate style.
Why was you in the dojo, bro?
Kawhi.
Kawhi. Cobra Kawhi. I'm out of here, man. Oh gosh.
Woo.
Let's do it here.
All right, moving on from
y'all
Kawhi.
wild.
What was the next thing?
I can't
What was
even-
the next?
This thing is
Yo,
off
so-
the rails, yo. This is off the rails.
So we want to talk about like if we did a shoe, right? So what it would entail to like for our dopest shoe, right?
What would the ingredients be
What would the ingredients be?
for your favorite shoe? I'm gonna let any of y'all ready because y'all ready. You know, it don't take much to.
Listen, I'm very simple.
Okay, well, let me ask this question for just before we start.
Okay.
Are we using is there any type of theme or
Nah,
is it
just-
tribute or
just
is this you
however you
one
want.
shot of doing
Somebody
the shoe,
came to you and said, "You know what? Make your shoe.
and that's it.
Go get it. Go get it. Make your shoe."
Man.
I'm gonna tell you right now what it's gonna be for me.
All right, go ahead.
Gum bottom. It gotta have a gum bottom.
No doubt.
That's
It
my
gotta
dog.
be. It
That's
gotta
my
have a
dog
gum
right
bottom.
there. You already know.
Now-
Every ID I do, the hardest part is
gotta have-
not to do one with a gum.
I need a gum bottom, bro.
All right.
Yo, it could
It
be.
is so hard to
If
do
a
a shoe without a gum
CP3
bottom.
had a gum bottom,
You would have got.
Actually, he got some.
You would've thought about it.
He got a couple of those with him. He actually got some with gum bottom.
he got one with gum bottom.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
right.
All right, so remind me to never see him. So I'm not.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna send you the link later.
I was about to say, don't worry, we got
See,
Christmas. We got Christmas locked down.
It's
We
all
got
good.
it. We got
It's
it.
all good.
It's all good.
Got you.
I got you. I got some hard ones for you, bro.
You ain't got it. You ain't peep this
I
face.
got-
You ain't got it.
All right, go ahead and go. Let's go and go.
Gum
Go.
bottom and the Volt colorway.
We too much alike, yo.
Bruh, if
We
you
I
too
put,
much
was
alike.
waiting on that color.
We're
you
too
put-
much alike.
yeah.
We're
when
too
you
much
put,
alike.
if you
Okay.
put Volt colorway,
We're too much alike.
honestly, like you know what?
Gum bottom?
Yes.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
But you gotta
that's
give me a
I'm
model,
wild
though.
boy. That's a wild boy. Yo, let me tell you something. You remember when those Volt foams came out?
Oh
Yes.
Lord.
Yo, I was right there ready to click, and I'm sitting there like, yo, Jahan, you gonna be mad, bro. You mad dog.
all-time
But your
best
feet gonna be
vote.
mad
All-time
bright.
best
I don't
vote
know.
All-time best vote shoe.
Your feet gonna be bad,
Man,
bright.
I ain't gonna be mad,
Tennis
bro.
ball joints. Some tennis
You
balls.
talking about the Michael Chains?
Nah, I'm talking about the tennis ball hyper dunks. That's what I'm talking
Ah,
about.
okay.
Them
Yeah,
joints was
I don't
crazy.
know. Something
Wow.
about the Volt colorway,
That
something
Volt.
about a gum bottom. I'm pretty sure there's another ingredient that I'm missing, But those two right there, if you ever heard Jahan made a shoe, just know, I know this. I know he about to put those two.
I don't know if I
in
would be able to put a lot of volt in it because of the goat.
Yeah, I could just throw like
but
a
just
little
a splash.
Yeah,
Just a little splash.
a
or
little
something.
splash.
Yeah,
You know, a little Kawhi.
For me, I would have to
Chop it up.
For me, I have to add. I would have to add some type of cement. Some type of cement print. Just because I have such an affinity for it.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what's funny? What I wanted to ask y'all about. We might talk about this another time.
Yeah.
The Don C joint. How people feel about it. The thing is, that shoe. I don't know if it lived up to the expectation that he had, that a lot of people had in the industry for that shoe, but just the fact that he put that cement on it,
Yeah.
I'll cop it. This how much I love cement. You know what I'm saying? Cement changed
So
everything.
cement, volt, and gun bottom.
I don't know if I can do all of it together, but some type of
What
way.
if it was just a splash?
I'm gonna splash something. This is the one time I get to do a shoe. It's gonna be some of those elements are gonna be in it, some way, shape, or form.
What about you, John?
I'm simple. It's gonna be a runner. It's gonna be a New Balance. It'll be a 997.
Oh, you know the
Oh
exact
damn! You
bottom
saying
and
the design
everything.
and everything?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
Nah,
we're gonna.
this is your joint though.
Well,
You can't say that.
But listen though. But listen, I'm gonna need Dion.
It's
I know
certain
you hear
elements.
me.
Certain elements.
But peep this. It's gonna be that 997 dripped out in that orange luxury goods.
Ooh.
In that suede throughout, leather guts on the inside, all purple. And you can even make
building
the
a
tongue.
slab,
You can
boy.
make you can make that tongue reflective 3M too. And give me that. That's me.
Okay.
Okay.
That's me.
So I feel like I gotta go back to the drum. I feel like we did a rap song and I heard your verse and I gotta go back.
Yeah, I gotta go back to it. I gotta start
back
writing
and do my
again.
verse
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
To chop
Look,
y'all
I gotta ball that piece of paper rubber. Throw that joint. Like, yeah.
That's it though.
Man.
Wow. Okay.
I like the 3M.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
I like
cool.
that touch.
Nice
All right.
touch.
I like that
Gotcha.
touch.
So one more topic before we that Nike box, bro.
Do I need to grab that?
Yeah, go ahead and grab that
I
Nike
don't know
box,
what they
bro.
thinking about with this one right here.
I want to know.
Y'all gotta do better, Nike. Do better, man.
So here we go right here. Excuse me, brother. Here we go right here.
So imagine you waiting on your Kawhis to come in. No, I'm talking about the one with Jordan Brand. And this box show up,
this box.
and you in the window waiting.
Look at the tape,
Yeah.
though.
Even
The tape is
tape.
Like,
is-
look
is-
how
Y'all
it's
can
the
see that.
picture.
Y'all can see that.
The
Right.
tape
Says
says
just do it.
the case.
Really? Wow.
That's crazy.
What do you think? What do you think, man? Because I know we.
What do you think I think?
Wait, hold on. Because I know we didn't always grow up. Like I know I didn't grow up in some of the best neighborhoods.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like I know. Like
in
what
America.
you, like who you think? You think it was a brother that came up with this idea to put the Nike branding on the box? You don't think it was a brother?
No.
Who do you? Okay. All right. So we all
It's
give
somebody who does not receive packages on a regular.
doesn't wear sneakers
who
either.
doesn't understand, who buys sneakers or buy anything. Listen, anything, you know what I'm saying, with the check on it that comes to the house, like they're not thinking.
So we giving it a three thumbs down.
I'm not giving it nothing but a
Yeah, it's a thumbs down for me, but I'm trying to think that they're doing this from like a marketing standpoint. I
Well,
don't.
we know who Nike is, though.
Yeah,
What you
it's,
marketing?
It's a marketing company.
But what,
That's
what
exactly
we
it.
doing?
It's a marketing company. It's a market. Listen, always understand something. Nike is a marketing company first. Sneakers and everything else.
So why
second.
they ain't been doing this?
The thing is, it's not smart. It's
I
dumb.
I agree. It's not
It's
smart.
dumb.
but Just think about how many hands it's passing through, right?
But it's dumb. Think
agree.
about it. Think about it. It's passing through. And the thing is, I'm gonna tell you a little secret. I can tell when it's Nike just by looking at the tag.
Come on, man.
If you
Easy.
order a lot, which
Memphis.
listen,
I've been in the window.
I don't live in Atlanta anymore. I live
I've been in
somewhere
the
else.
window. I didn't check. I didn't check.
But if you get a lot of packages to the house, you know when it's Nike because you
what
can
it
look
is.
at the little the shipping tag and know.
Yeah, you're right.
I can read that. I mean, I guess that's just
So this is a 3 thumbs down right here. Like this
Yeah,
is
thumbs down.
like they need
It's
to
not a good
middle
they need to
finger
go back
up.
to the drawing board.
That's a middle finger up.
Not
That's
a
what
good
that
look.
is.
Not a good look.
That's a middle finger up. That's what that is. Come on, man.
so you wanna-
This don't make no sense.
So you want to
you
Kawhi? You want to Kawhi?
That don't make no sense, y'all. It just don't make no sense on no level.
gosh.
Like the
Oh,
thing is,
man.
this is 2019. Well, it's 2019, man. Like
It's crazy.
we don't look at the news.
Why
Everybody
now?
don't look at the news and see. Why do you think they have camera doorbells now?
Right.
True.
Come on, man.
You can see a dude walk off with your package.
Right.
So, believe
Your
me,
Nike package.
believe me, you
With the
come
swoosh
and
on it.
you come to Casa de Cherry, listen.
Yo.
You getting watched. You're under surveillance.
Yeah,
know
that's
that.
surveillance.
Know that.
Yeah, but
At all times.
Kawhi is a ninja and he won't get.
Man, listen, that dude.
Kawhi gonna step on your porch in his New Balance sneakers.
And you know they
Karate chop your
you
package.
know New Balances.
They get popped. They get popped.
He will karate chop your package. and then
Yeah,
start
that's
laughing.
yeah.
All right.
But you know, y'all know it's already been robberies. It's already been.
I already know.
without-
When I seen that, I said, who?
Yeah, straight up.
No
That be sounding like an
Look,
owl.
yo, straight up. When I first got the first package that came to the house, before everybody started talking about it, I got a package to the house. I was looking like,
Y'all saw the owl.
This
in
can't
the,
be.
Y'all saw the owl in the studio with Big Boy. I was in there like, who came up with that?
man, listen. I was like, what in the hell?
Yeah, this has been another episode of The Drop,
Oh,
man.
yeah. A real good one.
Sneaker Ambassadors,
One
One
Sneaker
Sneaker Nation, and our special guest, man,
In Need
In
of
Need of
Heat.
Heat, man. It's been awesome. Thanks for rocking with us.
We out.
All right.